The Medic is the best class in TF2. The ability to heal and grant Ubercharge is a necessity to any team comp. It can be seen in casual, where teams without a Medic are likely to get rolled. The Medigun is what makes the Medic, so what is he without it? In medieval mode, the Medic forsakes his Medigun in favor of his crossbow and his melees. So we'll be answering the question of how good are these weapons? Same criteria as always. It's the loadout synergy, team synergy, and the weapon's 1v1 potential. Random crits are enabled. Let's go practice some medieval remedies. First up on the list is the Vita Saw. Its stats are that every swing the Medic lands, you gain an organ, but the Medic loses -10 max HP. There's no Ubercharge in medieval mode, so stealing organs does literally nothing. You're just stuck with having 140 max health for 0 upsides. F tier. For D tier, the Ubersaw is a surprisingly common pick in medieval, and I have no idea why. It grants 25% Uber upon every successful swing, but you swing 20% slower. Just like the Vitasaw, this weapon is a straight downgrade from stock, but at least you aren't stuck with the lower health. The slower swing speed hurts the Medic's overall DPS, leaving him less likely to win a 1v1 unless he gets the fabled Ubersaw crit. Sorry Array 7, but the Boner Saw is getting the same treatment as every other stock melee so far. It does 65 base damage and 195 on crits. It's a consistent weapon with no penalties, but lacks supportive utilities that his next few weapons have. This might be a controversial opinion, but I don't think that the Amputator is the best melee for Medic in medieval. With the Amputator equipped, the Medic gets an additional 3 HP healed per second. His taunt allows him to heal teammates around him, but he deals 20% less damage. The Amputator was added in specifically for the medieval update, so I could see why people would argue that it's the best for Medic. The taunt plays for about 4 seconds, and while he's taunting, the Medic is completely stationary and unable to defend himself or give out bursts of healing. His healing from his taunt is somewhat lackluster, considering the huge risk the Medic takes by being a sitting duck, especially since he has a superior form of healing in his toolkit. Not only that, but the weapon's combat utility is lacking too. The Amputator deals 52 damage and 156 on crits. It can still possibly one-shot light classes, but its damage still suffers. The Amputator sits in B tier, although I could see it being the best melee for Medic, depending on the situation. The Solemn Vow, in my opinion, is the Medic's best melee weapon for medieval. It's made up of 2 stats, the ability to see your enemy's health, and a 10% slower swing speed. When paired with communication or with the Medic's best weapon, the Solemn Vow gives crucial information to you. It lets you pick your battles and encourage teammates to push or retreat. Knowledge is certainly power. The Solemn Vow is the Medic's best melee weapon for medieval, but there's still one last weapon to cover. To absolutely no one's surprise, the crossbow is the best weapon in general for the Medic. It does everything. You shoot an arrow at a teammate and it heals, or if it hits an enemy, it deals damage. The crossbow does reverse fall off, which means the farther away your target is, the more you heal or deal damage. It's a rare instance of a weapon that has range in medieval, which lets the Medic be in the back lines, dealing chip damage or healing up wounded teammates. This could turn the tides of a battle. It heals a minimum of 75 HP and a max of 150 at long range. One burst of healing could be enough to secure your teammate a kill. When paired with the Solemn Vow, you could be a sniper as well, by scouting out low health targets and firing your arrows at them, enemies or not. When you hit an enemy, you deal a minimum of 38 damage and a maximum of 75. Battle Medic is somewhat viable in this game type solely because of this weapon. If you pair the crossbow with the Solemn Vow, you could play more offensively and push with your team. If you choose to run the Amputator, it lets you stay in the back lines to only focus on healing. Either way, the Crusader's crossbow is one of the best weapons in base TF2 and medieval mode alike. The medic has a similar role in Medieval as he does in the base game, which is healing. He could play more supportive and passive by focusing on healing. However, since he has the crossbow, he could chip into fights and secure kills at a safe distance. The medic is, in my opinion, the second best class in Medieval, right behind the Demo Knight. His impact for a team is tremendous. Healing is always a great tool to have. It increases your team's stability, and it allows them to hold their ground. That's all for this episode. We're almost done with the series, so I'll see you guys next episode when we cover the sniper. See ya.